Hello everyone. We're gonna be playing some Karn Amulet today. This is a donation by Anasho. Let me resize this properly real quick so you can see everything correctly. There we go. So this is gonna be, as I was saying, a donation list for Anasho who donated to see some Karn amulets today because they are going to be playing this or a list similar to this one at GP Birmingham this weekend. So there we go. Yeah. So is this list fine, or would you want me to make some changes? This is the latest Karn list that I've been working with. In fact, I just played a match and I think I played against somebody who so I've been testing like this the Ursa deck, right? And so far my results have been amazing. Like I'm currently 14-1, and my only loss was to an amulet player that was playing, I think, the same list that I'm gonna be streaming today, except they were running Guru Turf. That was the only difference, but everything else I think it was the same. I just want to make sure that everything's sized properly, and I think it is. Okay, so we're good to go. What lands are you gonna be playing? If you let me know right now, I can make the changes before we join the league. But yeah, I guess like the only things that like Field of the Dead might be different, right? You maybe have, yeah. So you're not playing field at all, or are you playing in the sideboard? And I imagine you're running a second explosives instead. Two explosives, main deck, and no Field of the Dead. So basically, this list then. Right? My favorite thing about this list is that we get to play 4 copies of the correct forest. You know, that's important. Yeah, I guess so. You're playing this list, right? Do you think field is good enough main right now? No, but I want the free sideboard slot. Because I mean, I guess I could play field instead of Pithing Needle, but just like Karning for Pithing Needle comes up so often that I don't. Yeah, I just don't know. Okay, so let's join a league with the correct list, and I will update the stream decker as well, since I had the other one set up. So we're gonna move this over here. Wish good luck to my opponent and proceed to mulligan this hand. If this were an untapped green, I would snap keep it, but as things are, I have to move. This one is super close. If this were a Colony Garden, I would consider keeping this. But with no green source, we can keep and hope to get lucky. Like we're probably missing a bounce land anyway. Like we're gonna probably need a bounce land in order to win. We can probably go down to 5. Okay, we can keep this. We can bottom this and this, and we're gonna be on a mono steerings draw. But hey, there's something. So this is my second blue source for this Solari West, so that's why I'm not sad to pick that up. Probably Phoenix, I would guess. This is not the list. Alright, I'm not horrendous. Alright, not horrendous. I think we're going to play T-West this turn, and then we're gonna play Azusa next turn. My opponent's... what? So you guys are playing like Gak with... They're playing like the Gak with the blue splash, I guess. Well, I can't find the list, so I'm just going to upload it. It's gonna be easier. So let's export this to Stream Decker. Modern Amulet Karn 08 14 19. Nothing. Opponent has nothing. Okay. We're gonna play a Susa. Play this and play this. And we're gonna bounce our basic forest. And set up a Titan for next turn. Stream Decker, Modern Amulet, Karn. And I think the Stream Decker, yep. So the Stream Decker should be updated now, and we're good. To turn the cyber into a spreadsheet I can print out, I've been handwriting it to my LifePad notebook like a savage. Wild. So, what? Fatal Push, main deck. What the hell is my opponent playing? I am so very confused. Okay, so they are playing Hogaak. I am so confused. Fatal Push in the main deck sounds kind of weird. Please don't have a Gak. They have a Gak. Yep. They have a Hogaak. That's kind of a brutal draw. But I think that we can do some stuff here. First of all, very important, we can not die. And we can set up some stuff for next turn. We're gonna need to think, though. We're gonna need to think. So, we're gonna get 2 lands. We're gonna be paying for Pact. Probably right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means that we're gonna have this mana open. We are gonna be able to play Amulet. And my goal is gonna be for my opponent to get greedy and attack with this Hogaak. And then for me to present lethal on my next turn. So in order to set up lethal, I am going to need to get... what can I get? I have played my land this turn. So, if I find Stronghold Garrison, then I'm gonna be 1 bounce land away, because I can bounce this, then pay for Pact, pay 1 for Amulet, have enough mana to activate Garrison, but then I'm gonna be 1 bounce land away from from doing my Titan thing. However, what happens if I bounce the Garrison itself? I think I'm still gonna be exactly 1 mana off. That being the case, I am going to get Stronghold and Kabita Crossroads. And the reason for this is that, first of all, it gains me life, so it gets me like a little bit further away from dying, while at the same time, it keeps more bounce lands in my deck, because next turn, my preferred draw would be exactly a bounce land. Okay, so now I only need to double strike because my opponent went down to 12. So that's actually kind of good for me. Well, I guess they have 1 blocker, never mind. attack with Gak. I will take it. They're gonna cast another Gak? No. No second Gak. Okay. Yes. Interesting. So we're playing Amulet for sure. And I think I'm going to be attacking with this Prime Time. Now, what am I gonna get? I think I want it as a blocker, so I'm going to do Stronghold here. We can put EE on 2. Yes, we can. Is that good, though? Because I think that I want to exile this Vengevine. I don't want to die to this Vengevine. We still have a line drop. So I think I'm going to attack. This is hard. Okay, so I'm gonna take the Gak attack. And I think I can get double bounce, bounce Simic, bounce Tolaria, bounce Crossroads. This means I get to gain 2 life, and then I can Karn minus for Tormod Crypt to prevent like any further shenanigans from happening. So I think I'm gonna do that. The nice thing about this is that it also allows me to play around my opponent blocking with the Stitcher Supplier, and then milling another Vine. Yes, exactly. So now I'm gonna block here, and we're gonna take 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we gain some life. We cast Karn. And I'm more interested in Tormod scripting than I am in playing Grafdigger's Cage. And I think I wanna, yeah, I wanna exile this right now. Don't want to give them access to. So even if they answer this Titan, I can transmit for a new one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cast it. Yep. So we should be good. I don't think there's any way I can die here. And here, I think all of them are coming at Karn. That's very weird. Okay, so that being the case, do I even block? Because I can play around. Oh no, they can't have Lightning Axe because they only have a single card in hand. So this is a free block, basically, for me. So let's block the Wayfinder. Is the only thing that doesn't come back. Yeah, Squirmid. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, but they have only a single card, so we should be good. And this is gonna kill the Karn, but I'm gonna present lethal this turn, so we're gonna be okay. Karn dice, and now I guess I might as well go for value, right? All right, winning game 1 against the Hogaak, no big deal. No big deal. Okay, nice. It's pretty cool to start with a nice little win here. All right, sideboarding. We want Path to Exile. We don't want this. We want don't want Karn, and we want Cage, Tormod Script, and Wormcoil Engine. Out with Ballista. And I don't think I want more than 2 explosives. That sounds about right. I don't want this, don't want this, and don't want this. So we can just take out Ghost Squatter and call it a day. Was that equal to 5? Why Needle against Hogaak? Just to name Carrion Feeder? I don't know. Seems a little bit sketch. Yeah, I don't think I like it. DNT24 with that Twitch Prime sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Jeez, 8 months already? That's so crazy, DNT24. Thank you so much for the continued support. Keep it glad to catch a stream live again. You think Karn is gonna be the way to go even if Hogaak gets the axe? Well, actually, if Hogaak does get the axe, with at this point I'm pretty sure that it will, then I think, I mean, I honestly don't think that Karn is very good right now, honestly. In fact, if I make it to GP Vegas, which I'm very close to, I think I am going to play, I'm like 80% or maybe more to just play Trinket Mage. But if Gak does get banned, then I'm actually excited for Karn again. Okay, it definitely seems that my opponent has it definitely seems that my opponent has some amulet answers over there, because I was expecting this scout to get killed and it didn't. So I think I'm not going to expose the amulet. I want my opponent to not use their mana, basically. If it's Force of Vigor, then I can't really play around it anyway. And if it's Nature's Claim, I want my opponent to like not have, you know, free reign over this Overconsume, you know? Is this list accurate? No, it should. Wait a second. Did the Stream Decker update? It might be. Oh, maybe because I already like submitted this deck list. Yeah, this list seems accurate. So maybe it notices, and I already submitted this list, and yeah. So my opponent is holding up. What? This is new. So now we have to like click twice for Scout Arena. It's not a bad one actually. But my opponent can't really play around this. So they're gonna Nature's Claim now. Or not. Very confused about this. Oh, so I guess they have an answer for the prime time. They're holding up Assassin's Trophy. Okay, so that I guess that makes sense. Don't know if I love this play from my opponent. I don't know, maybe their hand is just awkward. But I'm definitely playing around. I'm definitely playing around trophy because I can. So we'll do that for sure. Transmute. I guess I should have played the Tron script before doing this. I guess we're still fine. No, I should have played the Tron script before transmuting for this. Because I gave my opponent a small window for them to like trophy my prime time, and then I give them a window for them to trophy my Titan and then surgical it. I doubt that they're gonna be doing that, but still. Yeah, like my opponent is going for like the control route, and it's just not gonna work out for them. We can also blow up my opponent's board at a moment's notice whenever we feel like that we're doing, you know, like good with like our stuff. I wonder if I should like crack the crypt here. I guess I don't now, but like maybe I should have cracked the crypt there to prevent the Hogaak from coming down. I think we're still fine. And now my opponent with just a single black mana, they can't stop me. So now this Titan is gonna be ready to rumble. And they should pretty much be game over. And with this Titan, we're getting Toleria and Bog. Bog you, Toleria to set up a future Titan. Yeah, this game is over. I don't know how my opponent can get out of this. I could blow up my opponent's board. I honestly don't really care. I don't really care about what they have going on over there. And now we have instant speed bog activation. Yeah, this is very much over. Second toolbox in Karning is fine. We're looking forward to Amulet setting a little bit after bans. Yep. Yeah, my opponent was on a very weird build of Hogaak, and they were rightfully punished. Yeah, it was a very weird build. Like they were playing blue. We didn't see a crab, but we saw steam vents. They were playing fail push in the main deck. And post board they had like Crypt Breaker. I'm like, what is why? Why were they doing that? I have no idea. This seems like a fine hand. Of course, we need a Titan or Tolaria West. But if we find any of them, we're gonna be in a really good spot, and we have like multiple ways of finding them. So I think this is very much a keep. Playing against Humans. These are the starts that are really scary for like our hand, because this is a potential turn 2 Reflector Mage hand, and turn 2 Reflector Mage would just be incredible for them. We would be in a real pressure. Very big trouble if my opponent has a Reflector Mage here. So hopefully they have something irrelevant like Thalia or something like that. Even Medley Mage wouldn't be problematic right now, because unless they have two. If they have two Medley Mages, they can go for like explosives and okay, yeah. So this is perfectly fine. This is a freebooter, which is gonna take my Ancient Steerings. One of my Ancient Steerings, I guess. Steerings down. Probably over Hogaak serving for 1. No, that was a free attack. My opponent missed there. Yeah, I think. Oh, I can preemptively play explosives on 2. That sounds very enticing, honestly. Yeah, let's do that. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have the beauty of detention, but you know, getting this on board and making sure that, you know, my opponent's future melee mages are not going to be a problem is kind of a big deal. It also uses our mana better. And now Reflector Mage is not as troublesome because we're going to be able to cast Azusa next turn. If this is a Mantis Rider, that might be an issue though. Yep, so that's a Mantis Rider. That is, yeah, that is much more problematic than a Reflector Mage at this stage. Because that's going to clock me real fast. Opponent should definitely attack with just the Rider here. Or attack with both. Whatever. I guess it doesn't really make a difference. It's not like I can attack. It's not like I can attack them anyway. This double clicking thing, it's a little bit annoying. I don't know why we have to deal with this now. Tularia West. Yep. Oh, that's right. I tapped to cast an Azusa and then well, I guess we can use this turn to transmute for Pact, actually. That seems better. So we go get Summoner's Pact. Again, we already have explosives set up and ready to go on 2. End of turn, we're going to Vesuva, our Simic Growth, bouncing the Gemstone. And next turn, unless my opponent has a Thalia or a second freebooter, we're gonna be casting a Titan, which should hopefully help us stabilize against this Mantis Rider. Things looking good though. This was a bad draw, granted, but being able to like steerings into a Titan was pretty good. So they need to like jam, basically they need to like jam something into my engineered explosives, or yeah, so that counts as jamming something into my explosives. Okay, so I kind of suspect that they have a Reflector Mage in hand. Kind of suspect they do. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to crack this EE next turn if I want to Titan. Karn. So let's assume worst case scenario here. Worst case scenario would be my opponent has Reflector Mage. No, worst case scenario would be second Mantis Rider, I guess. Because if they have second Mantis Rider, they can present lethal. But I can gain 2. So how does this look then? So I packed into Titan, gain 2. I can gain 4. That is kind of relevant. Next turn I pay for Pact. I'm gonna have access to 5 mana, so I can crack explosives and maybe do something else. And I guess I can cast a Scout. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Pact for Titan, and then we're going to game 4 here. Yeah, we already used the land drop. Otherwise, it would be much easier because we would be able to crack. We would be able to get 2 bounce lands, and they would be able to crack explosives. But since we already used a land drop, it makes that play much more awkward. And Boros Garrison. Bounce here and pass the turn. We have 2 blockers. If my opponent has Reflector Mage, we're gonna be in a fair amount of trouble. But if they don't, we're probably gonna win. Is that right? Uh-oh. Medley Mage resolves. Why are they playing a Medley Mage into my onboard explosives on 2? I don't get it. Yeah, I don't think I love that play from my opponent. I don't think I'm in love with that play from my opponent. Doesn't seem particularly fruitful. Yeah, if my opponent had drawn this in the opposite order, they would be in a much better spot than they are right now. Alright, take 6, down to 5. Gain 2 up to 7. This double clicking thing is gonna drive me crazy. Okay, so we're gonna pay here. So again, they basically blow up their entire board. Does this do anything? No, it doesn't really. So I swing with Titan. I get I guess the question is, do I want to play a Karn this turn or not? I think the answer is no. So we're going to attack. I guess my opponent can't kill this Titan, so I'm just gonna get like max mana here. And max life, I guess. OP takes it, unsurprisingly. I think the play is going to be a Suicide to gain a bunch of life. And then have explosives mana open. Bounce here. Yeah, I think we're just in a very, very good spot here. At this point, Reflector Mage is more of an annoyance than anything else. But next turn we can Karn for EE on 3 or Karn for Wormcoil, whatever we think it's best. You can blow up my opponent's entire board. Yeah, I struggle to see how my opponent gets out of this one. Yeah, Caveira is winning this game single-handedly. Okay, so they do have the Reflector Mage. This makes things a little bit more Deputy of Detention. That one is significantly worse than that one is significantly worse than what? I don't think this is gonna work how you want it to, opponent. Deputy resolves. I mean, it's not like it matters, right? If they have Deputy the prime time, I just Karn for I just Karn for explosives. So it's not really a big deal at all. End of turn. Flash in a land. Second Karn. So I guess I just like this game is just over, right? Like just Karn for explosives on 3 and that's GG's. I can Karn into Amulet and set up lethal. I can steer into Amulet, I mean. That sounds better. Okay, can I do everything? So I play this out, play Amulet, play Karn. One, two, three. Okay, so 4 for Karn. 1, 2, 3 for explosives. One, yeah, I think I can just set up lethal this turn. That sounds better. So -2. Engineered explosives. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Sweet. Winning game 1 against humans always feels pretty damn good. Bye bye Karn. Hello Worm Coil, hello explosives. Well, I guess since I'm bringing in Worm Coil, I think I want one less prime time maybe. Yeah, let's do this. Yes, Nacho. I had exactly enough mana to get to. I guess I had a couple more, but I could play Explosives on 3, blow it up, and then attack and get both Stronghold and Sunhome and activate both. I guess I couldn't activate both, right? No, because the Vesua was in play. Never mind. So I couldn't have set up lethal, but my opponent just saw the writing on the wall. They were not winning that game. I mean, this is a hand that I'm going to keep, and I'm going to get super blown out by Deputy of Detention. Turn 1 no place is great for us, though. Turn 1 no place is magnifique. This is gonna be oof. I mean, no, they're tapping green because that's what they got. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna play my Amulet and get super blown out by Deputy of Detention. Yeah, just drawing Azusa would have been nice. Unfortunately, I would have not been able to make it work. Okay, sweet. So we win. Yeah, my opponent's draws have been very questionable. It definitely seems like they should have mulliganed a little bit more aggressively towards... They can't attack. Okay, so now they are actually Dobbs. Unless I draw one of Boros, Vesuva, or Sun Home. Alright, so we're good. Yeah, my opponent's draws were not very good. But I have actual lethal here. Yep. Alright. Solid 2040 start. No problem. Attack on their side was weird. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it just didn't matter, right? It's just like instead of dying, they go to 1, and now their land just can't tap for mana anymore. It just they just can't win anymore. It's over. Yep. Okay. Okay, yeah, we're gonna keep this. We're gonna turn 1 Amulet. We have 2 draw steps towards an Azusa or Scouterino. And if we don't find it, I guess that's also solid draw, huh? What's today with these double Amulet draws? I can get behind this. If this is Escape Shift, I don't think they have any way to stop me here. Turn 2, kill. Turn 2, kill. Hype. Turn 2, kill. Hype. I guess if they kill my Azusa, yeah, so this is actually interesting. My opponent could have Lightning Bolt, so if they kill my Azusa, I'd rather have a second land in play. And I'd rather that second land be Kalni Garden, because next turn I can transmute for something with Tolera West. I guess I shouldn't have tapped mana there. Whatever. I mean, it's not gonna matter. Yeah, so this is the problem of winning like this. Like, what is my opponent playing? I have no idea. Like, what is Stomping Ground? Thank you for updating the turn 2 counter, Anasho. I was about to do that. I think I want to hedge with some negates. What could they be on? I guess they could be on Ponza. I'm gonna sideboard for Escape Shift, and then we'll take it from there. Sound good? Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. Kethem, thank you for the follow. Any chance they can be on Jund? There is a chance. Turn 1 no play, turn 2 no play sounds that does not seem like a Jund start though. Hi Sky Scott, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Yeah, but no turn 2 is also very weird for Jund. Yeah, bad Ponza hand is the thing that seems like it makes the most sense. Okay, so we're gonna hedge a little bit. We're going to go with this. And we might get kind of wrecked. But I am never ever mulligan in this hand, so OP moves to 6. So if my opponent goes turn 1 Arbor Elf, they don't. Alright, so they are on Scape Shift. Now we know. So I am going to really miss this Pact of Negation. Alright. Alright. Ancient Stirrings. For Tolaria West. Actually, I want to go with Vesuva. Yeah. And we're going to play 1 amulet. We're not going to play the second one. So my opponent thinks, oh yeah, now I can safely acid moss them, and then BAM! BAM! Got him. Alright, we don't need to worry about acid moss, that part is clear. Do they have Ancient Garage or something? I hope they do, because otherwise they're gonna be dunzos. Second amulet. Play the Suba. Nothing. You got nothing. Play this one. Okay. That one also resolves. I'm very confused. I have no idea what hands my opponent kept. No Damping Sphere, no... Alright. Hi Sky Scott, welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you for sharing that Primetime love. My Twitch Prime love. Twitch Primetime love. I guess we're 3-0, 6-0. Garg with that Twitch Prime sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you for the support. Really appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much for all the subscriptions. And yeah, let's keep this rolling. 2060, no big. No big. Yeah, honestly, I have no idea what hands have my opponents been keeping. So this is a turn 4 Karn. I don't think that's gonna, on the draw, I don't think that's gonna win us many games of Modern. Now this hand can win games of Modern. And I think I'm gonna bottom the Forest. Because I'm playing Amulet on turn 1. So smart. Like, so smart. So smart and thin. We're 1 mana away from locking my opponent with Lattice next turn. How unlucky can a person be, huh? How unlucky can a person be? We can lock my opponent out. Ugh. Ugh. Gross. So here the play is going to be... We're going to bounce Ghost Squatter. We're going to replay Ghost Squatter. This means that my opponent cannot complete Tron. And then we're going to Karn. We can minus for Pithing Needle, naming Karn Liberated, and then we can lock them out next turn. But that is bad against my opponent having exactly Wormcoil Engine. So we can do better than that. We can do better than that. Yeah, so we're just gonna go Squatter then. And we can Crucible lock them. Oh yeah, I like that. Oh yeah, okay, so I sold myself. Oh, this seems like a much better way to go about this. And by again, this is again the proper way to sequence this because this allows me to get full value from Azusa. Yeah, because the Ghost Quarter doesn't go on the stack. So 93, thank you for the follow. So now we can do all the stuff. So even if my opponent has this member, it just does not matter. Which maybe they did have, honestly, because that was a slightly awkward stop. Play Scout. Play Karn. What do we want to destroy with this Ghost Quarter? We're definitely going to Crucible here for value. Definitely Crucible for value and draw step, destroy the power plant. Boom. Do we swing with Amulet now? That is just getting a little bit too cute. Alright, Azusa died. Doesn't matter. I still have Lattice mana next turn. O-Stone doesn't do anything. Ballista doesn't do anything. This guy is clearly playing with Mark sleeves. He keeps having double lines. Yeah, I do. I was your last opponent. Seems like you got some. Oh yes, I am drawing like a beast today. I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, good games, Floquentes. What hands did you keep? Because I was extremely surprised by your keeps. Like what made you keep like that game one with where you had Magic is a really hard game to play, you know. But yeah, so if you're around, Floquentes, I'm very interested to know what your keep was in game one, and especially game two. After you know what I'm on, I was very surprised by your keep there. Is this what I want to do? There's too many cards I don't like. It's kind of a problem. Because I'd rather have the extra land drop. I mean, we can try Force of Vigor, I guess. We'll see. Yeah, the tower is usually the one that you don't want to hit. Since if they redraw, yeah. Karn is so much more fun. I do agree. I do enjoy playing Karn in Amulet a lot. At least against them one life. Didn't come together. All horrible draws. Yeah, Floquentes, I think that you should have mulliganed a little bit more aggressively. I don't think it's a very bad matchup for you. I do still feel favor in the matchup, but I don't think I actually think it's very close. But I think that your draws were a little bit too lackluster. So if we ever play again, I would recommend you, or if you ever play against Amulet, you know, I would definitely recommend that you mulligan a little bit more aggressively. Okay, so we're gonna have a turn 3 Karn. Whether that's gonna be enough or not, that's another issue. But yeah, when you see this stream, it seems like the most broken deck ever. Well, I have had some rough leagues as well. Like it's not all, you know, beautiful all the time. Need lower ballista? No, because we usually want to sorry, I'm thinking here because I'm I might want to go for the bait. So if my opponent goes turn 3 Karn, I can bait them, but if I bait them, then I can't. Yeah, it seems better to just play my lands and pass. Because if I was thinking that I can try to like bait them into minusing on my bounce, and then I can save the bounce. But if I do that, then I'm going to actually not be able to Karn for Needle, which is exactly what I want to do, as you can see. I guess this is another way for me to not be able to Karn from Needle. Yeah, I do think that it's, I don't know, it's just much more enjoyable, honestly. Okay, so options here are play Karn, doesn't do anything, because it just gets eaten out by this Karn. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to go for the lucky play, because if I find an amulet here, I'm actually in a solid spot. Did not find an amulet, so we're gonna go for trying to make the max amount of land drops possible. So this Karn is the least crippling possible. If they have a second Karn, we're going to lose. But that's pretty much it, though. We can beat most anything else. I guess Suging would be tough to beat, and so would, yeah, so would be Willamog. Yeah, they have another Karn. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. Oblivion Stone. Oh, it was your first league? Yeah, no, you definitely want to mulligan a little bit more aggressively against Amulet for sure, Floquentes. You want to mulligan into like Damping Sphere or like Acid Moss, stuff like that, you know? So this is gonna be a... Alright, so I guess I'm gonna need to... I need to get a little bit lucky here, aren't we? So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go squat on my opponents, and I'm gonna go squat on them main phase. And I basically just need to hope that they don't have another land. So we do Garrison GQ. Bounce GQ, play GQ, swing with Azusa. Okay, now for real, which one do we destroy? I mean, we have no information. The only information that we have is that they looked for the tower. This is the one that they actively searched for. So technically, should be the one that they should not have a second copy of. So I guess that we're gonna go after that one. And again, I want to go after it now to deny my opponent the Oblivion Stone mana on their upkeep. Their draw step, sorry. But if they have a second tower, they can Ulamog me, and that would be pretty much game. If they have any other land, though, they're going to be locked out. Nice! Nice! You guys see that? You guys see what just happened? Wasn't that sexy? I thought that was so sexy. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, I can play Karn. That's basically gonna prompt the O-Stone crack. So, I think I want to try to get my value here. And I'm not using the mana. Wait, am I using the mana? No, I'm not using the mana. So I think I'm just getting my value here from Azusa. get my land drops. And now I attack. My opponent's gonna craft the O-Stone. O-Stone gone. And now we Karn. And we actually don't care. We just don't care about anything, right? How can they answer this Karn that I could potentially be concerned about? Ulamog, right? That's literally the only way that they can answer my Karn. Ulamog is literally the only way that I can lose here. So I just need to fade. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for Needle on Karn, liberated, that is. And what this does is it prevents me from getting got by Karn. But it also allows me to negate Sylvan Scrying. So I like that play. So now basically we only get got by Sylvan Scrying into Ugin. Or naturally drawn Ursa's Tower. Those are the only ways that we can lose this game. They play their land, right? Okay, they play their land, so we let this resolve. Yep, alright, they dead. Mycosynth Lattice. Play Lattice. Lock you out. Ah, this was their out. Got him. What's going on? Oh, I have to click there. Easy game. The 4080. Classic. GG's. Format solved. Clearly, Amulet is the meta deck. I mean, looks like a great list to bring to a GP, apparently. I mean, we beat Hogaak, we beat TitanShift, we beat Green Tron, and what else did we beat? Round 1 was Hogaak. It was a very weird build of Hogaak, though. Oh, humans. We also beat humans. So we beat 3 tier 1 decks and 1 tier 2 deck in TitanShift. Where we been playing Trinket Mage? I don't know, man. Like, Karn is... So, Karn has been looking insane these matches, but we have to talk about the fact that we never drew it at inopportune times. Like, against both humans and Gak, we only drew the Karn when it was actually game winning. Not when you have it in your opener and you're just looking at the card and you're like, what are you even useful for right now? Nintendo 2? Nintendo 2. Turn 4 Karn on the play. How do we like that? With Bojuki Pog. It's actually not a small thing to consider. I think I'm gonna keep, because we have Bojuki Pog more than anything else. If we play Phoenix, now we have a pretty nice spectrum matchup this league. Yep. Hopefully we're playing against like the Ursa deck, and the Ursa deck can never ever beat this hand unless they like turn 2 kill you or something. Turn 3 kill you. That's the best that Ursa can do. Still, that Ursa deck, is very very good. I am X and 3 against Amulet though, with different builds of Ursa. Since I found a build that I like, which is the one that I've been playing, I am 14-1, and my only loss was to Amulet actually. All right, so this is Dredge. How do we call this? Natty Bug. Natty Bug. Natty Bug. Natty Bug. Yeah, so this is gonna be game over, right? I just don't play anything. Well, actually, I think I'm going to play the Scout. Nah, this Scout might be useful down the line. Yeah, so we're just gonna do this and pass the turn. I guess this way we get got by Ghost Quarter. Pretty bad, though. Nah, this is fine. This is fine. I don't want to spoil the Scout. Like, my opponent moved to 5 and probably, like, flashing back this Conflagrate is how they get their Dredgers in the yard. But next turn I can Susa into Bog plus Garrison bounce Bog, so it's very likely going to be enough to win the game. Dredge plays Ghost Quarter. Sometimes they play Ghost Quarter or Blast Zone or Blast Zone. Were you scared of Dark Blast for not playing Scout? No, there's just my opponent is like 90%. Like they use their turn 1 to just discard Conflagrate, right? So I assume that this is their plan to get their Dredgers in the yard. So why would I give them why would they give them a target basically, right? That is my thought process. This turn we are playing Asusado. Now the question is, do we bog them or not? And I think we don't. Again, I'm still not worried about whatever they have going on over there. Semi-Growth Chamber, F6. Daquan Lorraine, thank you for the follow. So worst case scenario is my opponent Lightning Axes me here, and they discard a Dredger, and then they dredge me. Best case scenario is they have nothing, like they didn't, and now they're going to Conflagrate me this turn. And then I Karn for Tormod Script. Yeah, this game is over. Is Amulet the best draw here? No. I guess they could have exactly Faithless Looting here. They don't. Okay, so we're fine. So, GG's. I would imagine this is GG's, right? Yep. Alright. Opponent does not concede. So we will go for the BM play, and we will go get Grafdigger's Cage and play it out. And here, Grafdigger's Cage, with one card in hand for my opponent, Grafdigger's Cage seems better than Tormod Script. Not only because we already have the Natty Bog going, right? But also because this prevents, like, I don't know, like, I don't even know what I'm playing around, but I think that Cage is better than Tormod Script in that scenario. All right, out with the Carnos. We want one Rex Sage, Crypt, and Cage. Wormcoil Engine. Oh, and negates. All right. The Reclamation Sage kind of looks awkward, but I have really gotten got by by Leyline of Sanctity. Like I didn't even know that Leyline of Sanctity out of Dredge was so insanely good. My opponent moved to 4 looking for Leyline, and I am like, oh, why would they do that? And then I just easily lost to that Leyline, like 10 turns later. It was gross. Dredge also sometimes plays Wet Ball, yeah. How do we like this hand? It is good because it blanks Bojuka Bog, it blanks Tormod Script. Basically, all your hate gets blanked by Leyline of Sanctity. And I was kind of blown out because I got super got by my opponent. The 1000 IQ place. Natty bug. Natty bug. Natty bug. Oh, I'm enjoying this. I am enjoying this. That's for sure. So next turn we get to bug them again if that's what we want to. We get to copy one of their lands in order to steerings into something else. Natty bug. Natty bug. So we're going to play Amulet. And I think I'm going to steerings here. Because I suspect that my opponent is holding up Grudge in hand. And I think I steerings off the Sanctuary. Because this puts the bog back in my hand where it belongs. $1,000 IQ plays. 1,000 IQ plays. Amulet. Graph Digger's Cage. Natty bug. Natty bug. Natty bug. Nice Grudge, bro. Can we talk about how great Amulet is? Wow, opponent's so lucky. Opponent's so lucky. I mean, it would really suck, right, if I were to do this. And then I guess I don't want to show them the So get your grudges out of here. And give me that bog back, please. Alright, so we just need to draw a Titan and we're going to win. We don't have blue sources though. That is kind of awkward, honestly. Like, I think a blue source here would be very good. Lightning X. Resolves. That's a blue source. Oh! That's right, I don't have a Susa anymore. Yeah, I should definitely bog them there. Alright, good to know about that. They have a Thug in hand. Loam back Wooded Foothills. I think this is just fine because I'd rather exile alone. Like, yeah, I'd rather hold up negate for something better. So there's the Foothills. Yeah, if they have like a reunion or something here, it seems way better. They can't gag me here. That's a thug. That is not enough to get that gag in play. They have one card in hand? They can't cast Hogaak. So I'm just facing a 1-1, right? What's my opponent trying to do? Heard someone talking about replacing Cage with Expedition map. The reason being that map gets bogged anyways. Yeah, that's not how it works. That is not how it works. Precisely, we want a Cage because in many situations you're just like not, you just don't have that much mana. Like Expedition map gives you bog if you have 3 mana and a land drop, which is very often not the case. In fact, which is more often than not the case. No, when they dredge the thug, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I could just play the Sage and just like block the thug, and then my opponent needs to put it back on top of the deck. But it seems like such low EV, honestly, and like one of the few ways that I lose is my opponent kind of damping spheres me into Reunion and then kind of goes off from there. Huh. This seems worth negating, I think. Like my opponent was just like trying to draw gas, but I think that was definitely worth negating. All right, sweet. So what is the best way to do this? I think it's gonna be to play the T-West out. Yeah, because I don't have enough mana. Like I could play Vesuva copying the gemstone. I could play Vesuva copying the gemstone and then transmute, but that would leave me only with 5 mana, so I wouldn't be able to cast the Titan. So it's much better for me to play out the Tularia West, and then I can play the Vesuva copy in the Celestial Sanctuary, and that's actually going to give me Titan mana with haste, which is pretty cool. I'm probably going to win the game. I think we're going to go for the perfect league. Yeah, I don't want to go to that down to 14, you know. I'm just going to get my value here. Celestial Sanctuary. May I bounce my Tolaria West? Or have you drawn exactly Assassin's Trophy? If you drew Assassin's Trophy, you gotta use it right now. Like right now. Or right now. I guess you don't. Alright, cool. Transmute. For Summoners Pactorino. I think I play around Trophy, right? Just because I can, more than anything else. Like, I could try to haste and everything, but if my opponent does actually have a trophy in hand, then we actually get got. So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna play around. play on trophy because we can. GG, says my opponent. Opponent is being nice in chat. Just doing some shameless plug and sharing my sharing my Twitch name on the match. But my opponent seems that they're nice, having a nice conversation. All right, yeah. So 5-0-10-0, no big. Nintendo, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, the Dredge matchup, as you can see, it's pretty solid for Amulet, and we just finished the perfect league. No big deal. Just the 5-0-10-0. No big. Let's do a quick little screenshot for the Twitter, you know? Gonna be posting this one later. Perfect league. All right, do I have enough time to play another one? Had a 4-1 with Dredge. Made it look easy. you were my last. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I'm not. It's crazy, right? Because you would think that Amulet should have like a reasonable matchup against Gak because of this card. There's a really big difference between the effectiveness of this card against Dredge and the effectiveness of this card against Hogaak. Hogaak can very, very easily ignore this card. Sometimes you delay them for like a turn or something, or you like exile one Vengevine and then they Gak you on the next turn. But Dredge has way more moving pieces, and they have like more things that get easily disrupted by Bojuka Bog. So the fact that this card is so insanely good against Dredge, but it's only like mediocre plus against Hogaak, is what turns the matchup from extremely positive to actually pretty bad. Great donation deck, yeah, Nasho, it's pretty solid, huh? How do you like it? How are you feeling for the GP right after that league? How do you like it now? What do you think the 2-1 EE split? Or what do you think of field in Karning? Fire Truck, yeah, I talked about this a little bit. I think that the card that is the closest one to go from the Wishboard might be Piting Needle. But honestly, I really like Piting Needle in Carmulet. I really think this card is excellent. And you can see it very often, like just naming those random, troublesome cards. Like against Tron, it just happens so much that you have access to 5 mana and then you can Karn and then Needle Karn Liberated. Against Blue-White, you can stop any of their walkers. Against John, you can stop Liliana if that is something that's bothering you. Against Ursa, you can stop Thopter's Sword, so your opponent can't go infinite. It's so flexible. And the fact that it only costs 1 means that with 5 mana, which is actually a very important threshold in Amulet, because you very often have like Azusa into like turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Azusa with Bounce Land, and that gives you exactly access to 5 mana at most. And that is exactly what you need to get Karn plus Needle. Well, actually, you get 4 mana, my bad. When you have Scout plus Amulet, I guess, and Azusa. What do you think about banning Hogaak on Source Rider and banning Store for Mystic? I think the Hogaak banning is pretty much unavoidable at this point. It's just inevitable that they're going to ban the card. The Allosaurus Rider I think would be an amazing ban. I think that that card, like the play patterns that that deck enables, are just a little bit too much. It's just too bad. Like it just makes for terrible, terrible, unplayable. It's just not fun play experience, you know. So it's not, nobody has a good time as long as that deck is legal. So I would love for that card to be banned. And as far as Stoneforge, it's one of those things that it seems like it would be fine, because it kind of seems like it would be, right? But it's so easy for that to go overboard, you know. Like it's so easy for that to go wrong. Same thing with Tween. It's just like the risk is just too high. The risk is too high because it's the same thing as the Grape Troll ban, right? Like they just unban it. They realize, oh yeah, this card is busted. It was correct for it to be in the ban list, and then they have to ban it again. And whenever that happens, like the cost is so absurdly high, in terms of like the consumer confidence that gets lost and stuff like that. And also, if Stoneforge gets banned right now, it's like $40 or something. I think it would quickly become like an $80 card, and we already have more than enough of those in Modern. Did you see the 5 list with Night of the Reliquary? Yeah, I saw it. It looks sweet. It looks also pretty bad, but maybe it's great. Maybe it's great. I don't know. Blue White only plays 5 counters now. What do you mean? Sorry, I was going off talking about other things and I don't know what that comment is referencing, Gorg. Maybe you're supposed to get an E for field since you can Karn wish for E in the side. Yeah, but I mean, you saw what happened against humans, right? Like these guys come out and this comes in, and we definitely want access to 3 sweepers in the aggro matchups, particularly against humans. Also having access to 2 explosives in the main. Like I was talking about how I've been playing the Ursa deck, and I stole 1 game from my Titan opponent, and I won that game only because my opponent wasn't playing a second explosive. See, if they have been playing a second explosive, I would have lost. I agree that Nino is really good. I was more thinking about cutting a path to run a field. No, you definitely want the paths. The paths are just so important in so many matchups. Like if your opponent has a thing in the eyes, you want this, and you don't want field. If your opponent has Hogaak, you want path. If your opponent is on humans, you want path to answer meddling mage. I don't think that field replaces path at all. What you're saying, it would require all decks and combo decks to have removal. Yep. Why Explore hasn't been used for most Amulet Titan decks? That's a good question, Kel. Like, Explore is a card that shines when you are playing mostly against decks that are mid-rangey, right? Where you get to progress your game plan without costing a card. That is not what Modern is about. Modern is about being fast and furious, basically. And the cards that are the most fast and furious are these 2. And this one as a very, very far third, I guess. These are the best things that you can be doing. Then it's this one. And then the other alternative is Gracer, which I just don't really like this card. I just don't love it. Just Relic Kashak so much great extra value against like Blood Moon and Damping Sphere. It's another way to get turn 4 Titan without an amulet. It does so many things that are great for the deck. What do you think about Lotus Field Storm? I think it's a fun deck. I think it's cool that there's like another Storm deck, I guess. We played against it yesterday and it fizzled super hard. My opponent just could not beat like a Turbo script. It was kind of funny. Actually on Monday, not yesterday, my bad. But yeah, it's cool that there's another one. Alright, how many times did you wish for Crucible? Isn't it useless in the side? It's actually quite good. We just didn't play against the matchups where it's good against, right? It's good against Tron. It's excellent against Blue-White. So good against Blue-White. So good against Junt too. Except blue-white has to, like, they have no way of answering this, like Detention Sphere, I think, or bouncing it with Cryptic. And if you ever get Azusa, Ghost Squad, or Aminap going against like Tron or Eldrazi Tron, it's also Crucible is excellent against. But yeah, like there's a lot of matchups where Stronghold, either Stronghold or Cavern, are just very important lands. And then those are the matchups where Crucible is like extra important. I saw Blood Moon turn 3 against a lot of Storm. That was brutal. Oh yeah, yeah. So that deck cannot beat Blood Moon, right? Oddly enough, it's like a mono blue deck that cannot beat Blood Moon. That's freaking hilarious. Wow, that's so funny actually. Oh, that's funny. What's the current verdict of Karn versus Trinket Mage? Well, we just beat everything with Karn, so this card is clearly still very good. But this card is... So the issue with Karn is that it's clunky. Like, in power level, Karn, I think, is significantly above Trinket Mage. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, in terms of power level, Karn is so powerful. However, a Trinket Mage just makes your deck faster. And that's the only thing that matters, because Hogaak is still legal. If you're playing against, as long as Hogaak is still a deck, basically, yeah, we are kind of forced into playing Trinket Mage. That is kind of the gist of it. And I don't think that there's much to do about it, honestly. Hive Mind, maybe, but they can, like, now that they play a lot of green sources, they can even like probably pay for Pact, so they don't care. Yeah, no, I just think that Trinket Mage is the best thing to be doing as long as Hogaak remains legal. However, as soon as they ban Hogaak, I think I'm gonna go right back into the Karn train. I just like this card too much. It's a problem. It's a problem. I was judging semifinals and the Storm playing was feeling so bad. Oh, yikes! That sounds rough, Anasho. You think it's not worth it to run Trinket and Karn and Personal into 2? Yeah, so at that point you're just like a worse Karn deck and a worse Trinket deck, right? Because a Trinket Mage wants you to play these cards in your main deck, right? Trinket Mage becomes powerful when these cards are in your deck, and Karn becomes powerful when these cards are in your sideboard. So what are you doing? Like, game 2, are you bringing them in? Are you keeping them out? So if you bring them in and you draw Karn, you're gonna feel very stupid. And if you bring them in and you draw, if you keep them out and you draw Trinket Mage, you're also gonna feel very stupid. So I think that it's weird, like, because Karn, if you want the full potential of Karn, you also want stuff like this in your sideboard, which you do not want if you're playing Trinket Mage. So both cards are like pulling you in different directions, and yeah, I don't know. It's just tough to like be good at both things. So I don't think that both of those cards just combine very well. I think you could consider like running Karn without Lattice and Wormcoil. It's just like the power level of your deck is so much lower. So much lower. So with Hogaak Van, Karn might become the preferred build again. Maybe. It is definitely my personal favorite build of the deck. That is no questions there. I just have a lot of fun with this card. And the threat density is also nice. And it's like I also like the fact that it's kind of like a threat that also bumps you towards prime time, in that it helps you, like, your opponent is busy dealing with Karn, otherwise they lose to the Karn. But it's a threat that you can play with not many lands. It's a way to interact in different ways, even game 1. I just really like Karn. Like I just enjoy Karn a lot, and I think it slots just perfectly in Amulet. And yep, that's what I'm. So as soon as Hogaak gets banned, I'm probably gonna be back on the Karn train. But I would definitely be testing. Like, I want to see how the meta shakes up. Like, let's say that Gak gets banned and Ursa becomes the best deck, then I'm definitely gonna want to be playing Karns. In fact, I might even go up to a 4th copy. Sahili Titan will take the meta by storm. Dude, my record with Sahili Titan is 80% win percentage, so that's no joke. That's no joke. Also, I just realized I never updated the record. Let's get a nice little 5-0 in there. Any more questions in chat? Once side alike was to side without one amulet when keeping the cards, so I was yeah. So I talked about this when I did like the part 2 of the demystifying amulet. I think that if you're playing a matchup where you're siding out some number of amulets, then that is just value, right? Like the fact, like let's say example blue white. You don't want all 4 amulets against blue white. You want 3, but you don't want the 4th one. So you can now more than ever, if you're running Karn, you can definitely side out one amulet very easily, because if you actually need it, if you're in one of those situations where you actually need to get access to the amulet, then you can just Karn for it. But if you were playing against a deck where you are not siding out your amulets, otherwise just playing an amulet in the sideboard or siding out one amulet in a matchup where it's not required, I think that it's very, very much a mistake. And the reason for that is that amulet is what boosts you, right? Amulet is what makes you faster. Amulet is what allows you to compete in Modern by casting Primeval Titan, right? So you want to have it early. You don't want to have it late, and the best way to have it early is to play for copies. That's the best way to have it. So you're also making your steerings for amulet much worse when you're siding one out. It's just wrong. You're just making your deck worse by doing that. Anything else? I can get Nasahili Titan at the moment. Yeah, that deck is super fun. Super fun. For those of you that haven't checked out the stream, we played 3 leagues total of this list. I think we actually played one league with an older version, and then I updated it and I played 2 leagues with this version, and we 4-1'd all of them. And this list is crazy fun. Sahili just enables a ton of different lines that are otherwise impossible. Like you can just play your prime time and you can like make a copy of it. You can, if you have an amulet in play, you can make a copy of the amulet, and then you can make a lethal prime time out of nowhere. Or you can simply just like turn 3 Sahili, turn 2 Failure the Guardian, and just kill your opponent. You can fetch the Guardians with Finale. So it's just a very fun and very cool version of the deck that enables some impressive play patterns actually. However, the downside is that you see 3 of our best utility lands are in the sideboard because our mana base becomes significantly worse. Like our mana requirements are so much more varied now, so we want to have access to multiple rainbow lands. Also 2 basics, which is kind of brutal. But yeah, this list is a ton of fun. If you haven't checked it out, I recommend you do so. You can find them in my YouTube channel, which hopefully MTGBot will provide you the link for. And yeah, you can find the links over there. It's labeled as Sahili Titan or Sahili Amulet, I think. I can't remember. But it was like in the past 2 weeks that I streamed it. It's my baby, yeah, Gorg. That's pretty sweet. Do we still board out amulet against Jund? Yes, I would. It's going fine, Morlock. How you doing? We just 5-0'd 10-0'd, which is just a dream, with amulet, this version of amulet. So yeah, doing very well. Just wrapping up the stream, talking to the people in chat. If and when Hogaak gets banned, do you think the form takes that spot over? I assume that you mean that takes the spot as the busted deck? No, I don't think so. Neoform just scoops to blue white and John and stuff like that. So I don't. It's just inconsistent enough that it's not gonna be the best deck in the format. But the reason why I think it should be banned, it's because of the play patterns. It's because your opponent has, and this has happened on stream. This has actually happened on stream, where I sat down and I basically crossed my arms and talked to chat for literally 7 minutes while my opponent went off, and then they conceded because they whiffed. They drew 59 cards, but I guess that they couldn't draw the very last one, and I don't know if like Lavman was their exact last card or whatever. But that's the problem. Like the deck whiffs, so basically your opponent is going off, and you're just crossing your fingers, your fingers crossing your arms, and you're just like looking at them, and while they go off, it's just not fun. It just enables such miserable play patterns that I think it should be banned because of that. Same thing of why Second Sunrise got banned, right? Second Sunrise got banned because basically, yeah, there's like a small chance that your opponent might whiff, so you can't really like conceding is just not the right move, basically. So you can't really concede to your opponent going off because you know that they can whiff, and they take a long time to go off, and then eventually they might just concede to you, and it's just like, well, it's a joke. Okay. Do you think Sahili Titan would be better to run 3 Guardians and 1 Sahili, or do you find that describing Sahili super? No. You rarely copy your Fairly the Guardian. You copy your Primetime, or you copy your Amulet more often than not. You can, in theory, you can also copy your Gracer and make an extra land drop if for whatever reason that is something that you're interested in doing. But you copy these cards way more than you copy Primetime, and Fairly the Guardian does not provide that value. Yeah, also playing Sahili on turn 2, like after an Arboreal Gracer or after an Amulet start, it's a very real play, which you cannot do with Fairly the Guardian. And we don't have many ways of like making this card good, right? Like you only have like Oath of Nissa, like 4 copies of Oath, and that's it. So it's not really like a good Fairly the Guardian deck. It's a fine Sahili deck, but it's not a good Fairly the Guardian deck. Thank you, Morlock. I appreciate it. For those of you that don't know, Morlock is another player in the Modern Streamers League. In fact, he's in my team. He's in Team Ice. So yeah, if you haven't checked out Morlock's stream, make sure you do so. Give him a follow. That's complex, fun to play. It's just, no, Garg. I think that it's, yeah. I think Neoform is actually problematic, because you have other decks like Narset Cannon and stuff like that, which theoretically can win on turn 1, but they are much more easy to interact with, right? If you're not playing blue, you have no way of interacting with Neoform. If you are playing Narset Cannon, you can or like Grishobrand, to name another Grishobrand deck, then you can interact with Surgical Extraction, Ravenous Trap, what else? Bojuki Bog, like Grafdigger's Cage is like your only way to interact with Neoform. It's just a little bit too, it's too narrow. Like it's just too weird. I don't know. I think that, yeah, I think it doesn't work. Kind of like the Iconic Guardian of Finales, to be honest. Yeah, I mean that's something that can be tried, Scott. So like cutting this and these 2 guys, and potentially adding, I doubt that I would want a 4th Sahili, but I definitely would want a 4th Pact. Definitely would want a 2nd Explosives, and maybe a Ballista. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's something that is definitely worth experimenting with. Again, I played 3 leagues with this deck, that's it. I don't really have a lot of information about it. It's possible that this is just like a waste of space. Honestly, Finale for Titan has come up multiple times, though. Sahili is just to win more open play patterns without the cat. It's not really a win more. It enables you to win in situations that you might otherwise not be. I think we actually play against Hogaak, where my opponent had a massive board state, and we were able to attack through only because we had Sahili. Like no other card in the format would have done it. But I don't know if we had like a Sahili sitting in play, or if like it was basically like a 3 mana Titan instead of a 6 mana Titan, and that was like exactly the exact difference that we needed in order to win, or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but I remember that she does some powerful things. To actually be playing her other than senses makes me win rally. Yeah, I mean it also like the scry value is not 0, huh? Like the scry value is definitely far from being 0. Garg, thank you for the follow. So you were a sub for like multiple months, but you were not a follower? That's weird. Compared to the Zahida Titan combo, how do you like Devoted Titan combo? So I tried, we actually streamed the Druid version a fair amount, and I think that this list was kind of the way to go when Hogaak was like with the previous version of Hogaak. This was the way to go, basically because yeah, we beat on Hogaak like way more with this deck than with any other version of the deck. Like I think I had like a 7-3 or like 7-2 result against Hogaak, just because it was just fast, right? It was just really fast, and it gave you an out to like combo kill them with the finales and stuff, which happened fairly often actually. This plan got significantly worse post board when they bring removal, but still it was pretty solid. But this version of the deck basically cannot be Jund. Your Phoenix matchup also becomes unwinnable. So it has a very big cost, and the payoff is just not there. You were just making better the Hogaak matchup, and that's it. And even with the new version of Hogaak, I even wonder if this would be enough. I think the new version of Hogaak is better than the one with bridges, maybe. Which is something silly to say, but who knows. I'm gonna get my step back for the GP. Thanks for the Nasho. You're very welcome. Yeah, so for those of you wondering, we just played a league with this deck, and it was because Nasho donated to the stream, which not only helped me get closer towards my goal that you can see. No, actually, it's the other way around, right? It's over there. Yeah, it's over there. You can see my goal over there, and if I hit that goal, I'm going to be going to GP Vegas. Not this weekend, but next weekend. Of course, I would love to see any of you there if you are. But also with a donation of $12 or more, I will play your list, any list of your choosing, through really just like I did right now. Why doesn't this run meteor instead of seared? Yeah. Unfortunately, Druid, it's not like Finks Viscer Seer. This is a replacement effect, while Malaria says that you can. So basically with Malaria in play, you just cannot activate the second ability because it's a cost and you cannot pay that cost, right? While Vizier says that if a counter would be put, then it's not put instead. So that means that you can basically activate it for free, and that's how the combo works there. This doesn't look like Astronaut Titans. No, we already played Astronaut Titans, and 4-1 we did twice. I still have no idea how that worked. But yeah, this is not. These Titans are not going to the moon. These are the ones that we played today. Not going to the moon either. But yeah, thanks everybody for the follow. I'm gonna need to cut it short because in 1 hour I need to leave to go teach a lesson. But I wanted to thank everybody for hanging out today. I will be back tomorrow with more Amulet. Probably I will be playing some Trinket Mages. Honestly, I was thinking of playing some Ursa tomorrow. So I'm gonna post on Twitter to see if people are interested in seeing the Ursa deck in action, which I have had a lot of success with recently. So this deck is no joke. This deck is no joke. So I'm gonna post on Twitter, and if you want to see the Ursa deck, you can definitely vote. But otherwise, we're going to be playing some Trinket Amulet. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow. Make sure you hit that follow button if you haven't done so. You can also subscribe to the stream. You can get access to these sweet emotes, as well as the sideboard guide that I wrote for Karn Amulet. Yeah, a very similar list to this. And I wrote a 50-page sideboard guide for it, talking about basically literally every single modern matchup that you can think of. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so at fpavlushmtg right over there. If you want to check out my YouTube channel, where I upload every single one of my streams, you can find it on that link over there. You can subscribe over there for free as well. And finally, as I was talking about earlier, any donation works towards my goal of going to GP Vegas, as you can see down here. And with any donation of $12 or more, I will play any list of your choosing through a league live on stream. If you have any questions, you can join my Discord, or you can get in touch with me also as well through the Amulet Discord, which is the second link that you will find over there. Two separate Discords. The Prime Time Stronghold Discord is my own personal Discord. The other one is the Amulet Discord, which I am a mod of, but it's not my Discord. So all the stuff that I post, it's on my own Discord. Not to be confused. Alright, let's see who we can raid. Man, Yama is still streaming? Ooh, Ghash is streaming. So let's go to Grunt's stream. He's playing some Modern Horizons Limited, which is basically my favorite limited format in ever, basically. I think maybe Modern Masters 1 was better, but it's a ton of fun. So if you enjoy Limited, I would definitely recommend you follow Grant. But yep, see you all tomorrow. Have an amazing rest of the day, and take care. Bye-bye.